And we are live. Welcome to Brock Nation. This is Brock with Life with Brock. And hey, we just reached 5,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Just a couple of years ago, I started this channel because my family encouraged me to do it. It started with toy hunts, and now it's moved to the world of customization. And in between, I've done all sorts of things. I've had people hang out. I've interviewed folks, and I just want to say thank you very much to those of you who have been with me from the beginning, and those of you that are enjoying the content, that are joining the channel and becoming a subscriber. I do this for fun. I'm a nerd just like you, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I can't believe people like to see the stuff that I like to do, except This Week in Customs. That I think is showcasing artists' talent, and we can all agree that people do enjoy the creativeness that some people have, and it's unbelievable. So we're going to continue with that program. It's become one of the most popular things that I do currently. And today I'm just going to hang out with whoever shows up. Let's see. There's 8 people. We're going to wait until some of the notifications go out. What's up, guys? Lord Draco and Roberto Bargain Bin Customs, what is up? I got all sorts of things. You can't see it. You cannot see it right now. It's all in front of me and besides me. I've been doing a little shopping, a little hunting, a little custom hunting at Ross stores, and we're going to get into that a little bit. And I'm going to show you some of the figures that I've been getting for future customs that I'm planning. We'll see who shows up in here. Yesterday's This Week in Customs, I think, did it have like 65 people at one point live? And throughout the 20 some odd minute stream, there were like a couple hundred that showed up. So that amazing. Again, for a channel my size, 5,000 is a lot for me, but in the world of YouTube, it's a drop in the bucket. And I know that. And trust me, guys, YouTube's not going, shh, although 5,000 is pretty cool. My middle daughter, I was out with her today, and I was going to do a hunt video. We went hunting for, I was looking for Marvel Legends at Ross, and it was a big goose egg. So I did some filming. I don't think I'm going to have enough material. I didn't think I was interesting enough to even put a video together. And I got the big goose egg, except some sweet looking shoes. Carrot Ice Cream. That is a great name. Now, do you really like carrot ice cream? Is there such a thing? What's up, RJ? What's up, Joey? Joey, I'm just talking about figures that you probably, I guarantee you already have some of these in your collection. We have 13 people going on right now. What's happening right now? What's happening? Is there something fun happening right now that I don't know of? I know it's a little delayed. All right, when we get going, I did invite some folks to see if they wanted to hang out. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it. That's all right. So let's start. What's up, Kevin? Let's start with this figure that I did not care about. And this is the thing. Because I love custom figures, the more I do the program, the more the customs, the more customizers that come around, then I have this like desire to get figures. And I had slept on this figure completely when it first came out because, to be honest, I mean, I knew a little bit about the Taskmaster, even though this is a pretty nice color combination. I dig it anyway. He's definitely geared up, but it wasn't until I saw Super Tom's custom of this guy, which he's essentially using this mixed with this guy, parts found in this guy. You can see it right there. This is the old Toy Biz one. I ended up getting it because I'm going to do some sort of custom. I haven't decided. I'm definitely not going to do it on this body. I know the Bucky Cap was the standard body for the longest time. I have zero interest in the Bucky Cap body, to be honest. Maybe parts of it I would use, but one of the things that I absolutely hate and hate's a strong word. I'm just exaggerating to make a point. Hyperbole, guys. That's hyperbole. I strongly dislike the feet. Those are tiny feet. And for whatever reason, I find it difficult for the bucket cap to stand. It's just too small of feet. If they would have made that just a little bit longer. But again, hindsight is 2020. And this was the popular mold, the most popular mode for the longest time. Customizers were using it. But anyway, so shouting out Super Tom's Customs, and then I started doing some research. And then one of the big boys in the world of YouTube, where the nerd world concerned, Anthony's Customs, actually did an incredible looking Taskmaster. So what happens is, guys, when I start doing this research and I see all these custom figures, I'm like, man, I gotta make it. I have 84 custom figures planned. I have about 6 in progress right now, and the rest are I have parts for. I have ideas of where I want to go for it. So this was like 81, custom 81 that I want to do. So I don't know when I'm going to get to this guy, but hopefully God will give me enough life to get to all these customs that I want to do. So let me put this aside. Oh, and with that Taskmaster, I'm going to read the comments in a second, guys. I do want to interact. 24 of you watching. With that Taskmaster, I think I went to Mercari. And that's an app. If you're not familiar with it and you're into customizing, or if you just want to get some figures, sometimes you can find good deals. And I ended up buying the Toy Biz Taskmaster and this Black Widow. This is the Toy Biz Black Widow. Now, Toy Biz struggled with the female figures, okay? But what I want to do is I want to steal her parts. I ended up getting it because I thought it was worth it for both of them together. They both come with comic books. But I will be using her wrist guard, and I'll be combining it with the ones that we got from the recent ones that we got in the Marvel Legends. That face is atrocious. Maybe there'll be something I can find what I can use that for. But I ended up getting that on Mercari, the app. Check it out. Sometimes you can get good deals on there. What's up, Matt? I see you in the... Oh, Rico, hold on a second. Rico's in the house. Got some exercise in. All right. So since Rico's in the chat, Rico made this vest. It's pretty awesome. Can you guys see it? Little Punisher vest there. Now, he's making this, and... matter of fact, he's also making some blood spatter effects. And if you go to his Rico One and Only on Instagram, he'll direct you to his Toy Comics page where he's selling some of these. Now, he doesn't have to do the Punisher emblem, but he can make these. Like if you're wanting to gear up some troops, it's really well done. It looks good, especially if you're into the soft goods. Go check him out. It's a cool little vest. Let me see. Can I put it on? Can I put it on right now? Okay, here we go. Let's put it on somebody. This is a figure that Ace Outlaw Custom sent me because I was going to do a Blade custom number 83 or something like that. But I don't want to use this head. I want to use the Demolition Man head. What's the actor? Wesley Snipes. I want to use the Wesley Snipes head. So let me put this on here. And I'm pretty sure, Rico, correct me if you're still in here. Maybe you're not in here anymore. Then you won't be able to answer, but I'm sure he's able to tailor it. I saw that, IE Hunter. I'll answer in a second. He's able to tailor it to the size of figure. Again, I'm not sure. Rico, if you're still in here, let the people know. But if you want it for a bigger figure, he most likely can tailor it to whatever figure you want, and you can best them up. I can imagine, like, if you have a squad of some goons that are geared, or like a SWAT team or something like that. Especially if you do ACBA, you want to gear them up with these. You can do that. You can hit them up. I've also seen, I'm going to cover in the next episode of This Week in Customs. There's a guy that actually, I think he was doing it on a blade. He made one using some like foam, and it actually looked pretty dope. But anyways, you can see it right there. I may be able to get this vest on a larger figure. It may actually look better on a larger figure, looking at the body, because this is extending down here, and the vest should just, you know, go right below the belly button and this in his crotch. So this vest would probably go with a bigger figure, and I currently don't have a bigger figure. Actually, I do, but that's going to come later on. If I remember, I'll bring that out. Let me see what you guys are saying here. So Matt says, or Tech Chucker says, that the feet on the bucket cap is too short, or too small, I should say. Yeah, it's really too small. I always will change those feet out if I'm going to use parts of it. So, hey, what's up, Aviel? Bargain Bin Custom says the body used on the Prowler and the Comic Spider is the best. Okay. If you guys know who Ricky Dones is, if you don't, just look up Ricky Dones on Instagram. He just did it's a Snake Eyes. I think it's a Snake Eyes that he used. The combination of the things he did was awesome. I think Toy Box Customs sells the Snake Eye head on his eBay page, or you can contact them on Instagram. But what Ricky did, and Ricky's not known for being a customizer, but I'm flipping through and that custom came into, let me get you exactly what it is. Sorry, I got excited. Maybe I should do the screen share. Hold on a second. Let me show you real quick. Let me find it. I can't read any of the comments right now. As you can see, I got all excited, but let me... This is going to be part of This Week in Customs next time, but here it is. Oh my gosh, this thing is just so... His Instagram is RDONES816. Let me share this screen with you. Look at this. Oh my gosh, man. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Snake Eyes. That is one of the best ones that, and all he did there was a kit bash, guys. It's a kit bash. I'm not sure if he painted the head or not, or if it came painted. Let me see what he says. So he uses, he bought the Snake Eyes head sculpt from eBay. I'm guessing it's Toy Box Customs. I think that's who he bought it from, but I can't say that for sure. That's who I would recommend anyway. Night Thrasher's body. Now I need to get myself a Night Thrasher. He's got X-Force Deadpool sword and holster, Paladin's holster, and the belt from the Hydra Soldier 2-pack. I don't have that. I may have to do that because I literally want that. What he has right there, I want that in my collection. That Night Thrasher body looks really good for this custom. I like, because he looks like he's all geared up. The other way you can go with this is get the Bullseye body. It'll be a little bit smaller, I think, from what I can tell. This Night Thrasher body is bigger than that Bullseye. It'll have... Let me stop sharing so we can talk face to face. Take this off. So you can get that Bullseye body that's already a black base. You'll have to do a little bit of painting on the feet and possibly the hands, if I'm remembering correctly, or you can do some more kit bashing, and that will get you a more agile character. But the way that Ricky did it is just absolutely awesome. All right, let me see where we're at in the comments. Yeah, so Rico is able to do those vests in any size. You just got to tell him what figure. What's up, Darth Alden? Darth Alden says, I should try to make a custom Arachnite from the Infinity Warps event. Okay. So, I'm telling you guys, I can't. I have so many customs already planned that literally, if I started working every single day on my customs, I would not like every single day. I wouldn't go to work. I wouldn't sleep. I would work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for this whole year. I wouldn't even get close to finishing all the customs that I have planned. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so TDG says Budget Jedi did the foam ones. I did see him, and he does have a tutorial on it. The guy I'm referring to, and maybe I should have just hold on, guys. I'm wondering if I'm stealing my thunder for this week in customs for next week. Oh heck, who cares? Let me show you now. Let me pull this back up, and I'm going to keep it for next time. I think these are a little bit more detailed than the Budget Jedi did. All right, here we go. And don't get me wrong, I think he did Budget Jedi's is pretty good, but I really like this. Hold on, let me bring it up. Fuacata, share, and 112 Customs. And I'll still feature them because I want them to get on the show. But check that out. Really nice looking. Now, he doesn't give a tutorial, but look how that looks on this blade. I think it's a Mesco. It looks like he's got a magnet because he's going to be putting a sword. There you go. And that's one pretty cool looking vest with a lot of detail on it. I'm not going to. I'm stealing my thunder. No, stop sharing. Stop sharing. Now you guys have seen my cards for next week already. Dark Sky says, hey, question. I have the new Punisher from Netflix. I want to take the jacket off, and I want him to have regular arms. What good arms can I use on that? I'm not going to be the best one to tell you, but maybe somebody in the chat will. Frobafett. Nice name. I like it. So IE Hunter was giving me, am I ever going to finish any customs? That Nightwing's almost finished. And I'm practically done with the Old Man Bullseye custom that I did. I'm really happy with both, how they're turning out. Now I'm just working on their weapons. I'm trying to figure out a way. Maybe somebody can throw it down here before I continue here, showing the figures that I've gotten. You can tell me how is the best way to go about doing a card effect. Now, if you've read the Old Man Hawkeye comic book, and if you haven't, you're really missing out. I've been talking about it for the last couple months. It's an awesome read. It's 12 issues. The art's amazing. The storyline is incredible. And there's a scene where Bullseye, he's throwing a deck of cards. As you know, he can throw pretty much anything and kill you with it. But he's throwing cards, and there's like several cards in flight. The art piece is amazing. I love it. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I'm thinking, initially I thought I was going to do some hot glue, print out little cards in some photo stock and then do some hot glue. I don't know. So let me get back into the comments, and then I'll pause. IE Hunter says it's Beetle Thrasher mixed up. Oh, well, I showed you what he said he did. Hey, what's up, George? Thanks for joining up. Stigma, what is up? Jay Hernandez did a video about making the Snake Eye custom. Oh, cool. So I'm not familiar with Jay Hernandez. If you want to drop a link to his custom video, go ahead and do so on here, and then I'll approve it later. You guys can come catch the link later. Oye, ¿qué pasó, chicos? Southtown. Tech Chucker says, just quit your job. Yeah, I quit my job. Trust me, I will not make. I'm not Loose Collector. I'm not Leech Customs. Those guys they quit their day job and they're doing customs full time. This homeboy can't. Stigma says, please check out my custom Black Series Endor Leia. Love your show, Brock. Thanks, dude. Hashtag it This Week in Customs, and I'll see it come across my feed. I'd love to see that. Plastic says, I ordered that vest with no hesitation. I'm in the first wave of orders. Great vest for Blade. Which one are you talking about? The one that Rico did, or the one that 112 Customs did? I didn't know that he was selling that, by the way. Oh, it's probably the 112 Customs because that was for the Blade. Oh, here we go. So Aviel says, don't trip. I looked away. No, but that's not what. Oh, here we go. The Lord Draco. Submariner. Le quedarían bien. Did you read my mind, bro? So this is one of the figures that I got. Let me open it up right here. I wanted a classic Submariner. I read, well, hold on, let me calm down. Take a deep breath. I was a little bit excited. So I've been reading the Captain America storyline from Ed Brubaker. Again, another unbelievable story run. And Submariner makes an appearance. And the Submariner costume in that one is not this dude, not with the chonies, but he's got like a black vest on. It's the kind of like the one that Toy Biz made, but I would like to do that costume. And I don't know if I'm going to use this, but my wife found this guy on clearance for $10. I like to get the clearance Marvel Legends a little bit cheaper than that, like I'm going to show you with the rest that I have here. But I wanted to see this. This is a true classic Submariner in this costume with the chonies. And if anybody is interested in these parts right here, I've probably Black Panther, right? Black Panther. If you're interested in these arms, I'm looking for parts for the Mantis. I still haven't. My wife just got home. I haven't completed the Mantis, and I just got a couple parts, and I'm close to finishing. So if you guys want to do a little trades, hit me up. Contact me on, message me on Facebook, or hit me up on Instagram. But I'm not going to spend too much time. Obviously, I'm not going to critique the figure, other than I think Hasbro did a great job with the scale mail on his undies. I don't know why he has scales here, and well, I guess he's naked and he needs to protect his manly bits. The wings are cool, but this is how they should be doing like the Captain's chainmail, and he's coming out with one, and I think they're doing more and more of this, except that, you know, the printed ones, they look like trash. This is absolutely the way to go, and they did a pretty good job of the paint. It looks good, and get some extra arms and an extra head and a weapon that I will be able to use maybe in the future when I do a Submariner custom. But I definitely want him looking like he looked on that Ed Brubaker run. It was really good. Let me take out the parts, so I'm gonna lose them later. Okay, so I'm gonna show that link that just came through, so you guys, if you guys want to go take a look, I'll take a look at that later. Is Jay Hernandez a customizer? Where's he from? And is he new? He's a customizer. Definitely like to take a look. I already got enough people that I watch for reviews. So if he's a toy reviewer, I probably won't keep him out. But I got George and Nate and T-Man, Matt, and Dewdog that do reviews. So those are my go-to review guys. So for all the stuff that I like. Ewan, what's up, dude? Craig, what's up? Am I yelling? I said, how do you like it? How does this? There's a mic right here. You see it? All right, Shroud Savage, drop that link. Food's ready. Okay, see, peace out. Great custom fodder you're holding. Yeah. All right, here's some other custom fodder that I picked up. Some of you that follow me on Instagram may have already seen this. It's from the game Destiny, and you can see it. All these armor bits could be used. And if you, and I mean, and he has this part up here, so I could probably even just take off this part and use it on a custom. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I picked it up for like $4 at Ross. That head sculpt could probably be used. It's not coming out too clear. Hold on, let me show it over here. There you go. Now you can probably see it better. For something, it'll be available for something, and there's all this extra stuff. I don't think his ankles rock, but you can take this shoe and make it part of an ankle rocker. You can make a system for it. And if I ever have to do that, I will do a tutorial video on it. So that's one of the other ones that I've picked up. Lord Draco, el único problema que está muy bien pegado y batallas para abrirlo. Oh yeah, that's probably true. It's hard to open. So I guess some of these new Marvel Legends are hard to crack open, and that's what he's saying there in Spanish. So he's not a customizer. Okay, I'll check out that video. ATC Productions, what is up? All right, cool. Let me show you some of the other parts that other toys that I've picked up recently. Here's an old Toy Biz Punisher. I do want to make a Punisher. I do like this head, but I think for the size of figure that I know, sorry, the light's kind of causing a glare. Too much light right here. But oh well, hey, got a big window on the front. This head may be too small for what I want to use. I recently covered a Punisher on This Week in Customs that I really like that head, and I think that's where I want to go, a bigger body for Punisher. However, these pants, these are nice tactical pants that can be used, and these boots can definitely be used in other customs, and they do have an ankle pivot, a little bit of an ankle pivot, which will help the figure stand. I like those boots. They're really nice, detailed boots. They do have a toe hinge, like the most Toy Biz figures, and I think it's a usable toe hinge, unlike their Bishop, that those feet you need to mod to get to work. So I recently picked this up for a few bucks. I think I picked it. I mean, you can use the pouches and stuff on this guy, and I can definitely use the lower body. It's got an interesting lower body. They used to do the articulation a little bit different, but you can definitely get the splits. It just will leave a gap, an unsightly gap, but the articulation is pretty darn good on this figure. And the hands, you can definitely use them for if you're holding a gun, it'll look a little bit more natural. Annie. Mr. Freeze. Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah, see, there you go. It's practically already there. Good call, TDG. Go to your Ross. You can pick it up for $4. You would just have to find like a glass encasement for it. Like Ace Outlaw Customs is working on one that looks phenomenal. It's a lot bigger because it's on a Mesco body. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, Puerto Rico in the house. What's up, Raymond? When are you going to finish your custom Bizarro and your Superman? Okay, so that's on. You guys want to talk about that? I think I'm going to put it up for a vote. But I am leaning that my next custom that I've already have most of the parts. I don't have the complete parts, which is probably that's the only thing that's keeping me from wanting to do it. Is going to be Bane. I had been thinking for the longest time to use the Monster Venom body for Bane, and I have some other parts. Someone has already done it. You saw it featured in this past week's This Week in Custom. It looks incredible. I'm going to go a different route, and if you read the comics, Batman 75, which isn't out yet, there's a picture of a Bane on that cover that Tony S. Daniel is penciling. That's most likely the Bane I'm going to make. And if you want to see that, you can go check out his Instagram. He put out a picture of that cover. I think Batman. I called the comic book store today, and they said Batman 67 is what's recently out. So it's going to be a few weeks before Batman 75 comes out. I'm going to need to get that so I can see what all the different bits are on there. No Ross in Australia. Oh man, you gotta hook up, TDG. You gotta hook up with Symbiote Seeker. He is also in Australia. I don't know how close you guys may be. If you don't know who he is, I've covered him on This Week in Customs. That may be somebody. If you happen to live close, maybe you guys can help each other find pieces. But obviously, to send you that from here to Australia, the shipping will be killer, from what I understand. All right. So some other figures that I got for parts because I was thinking I'm going to make customs, but I feel on some of these that Todd McFarlane's going to beat me to it, and he's going to do it better than I can do it. I can't wait to see what Todd McFarlane's company does with the DC line next year. But I ended up getting this. It is a really awesome looking figure. It just has very little articulation. Everything, the sculpt is fantastic. It's actually painted pretty well for, you know, a retail figure. It's not a premium figure. It also comes with another arm that you can, I can trade this out. I initially bought this because I'm going to customize this guy and I'm going to give him articulation. But pretty cool, huh? How many of you guys have this in the chat? Anybody have this? ¿Qué pasó, chico, doctor? Craig Griffith says you should check out the NECA Resident Evil 5 Chris Redfield head for the Punisher. Okay, I have no idea who that is, and I hope I'll just have to come back and actually, can you do me a favor? Could you just screenshot it and send it to me on Instagram? I'd appreciate it. And if you don't have Instagram, message me on Facebook, Brock Rivers. But man, I love how this figure looks. No waist articulation. No waist articulation. His arms pretty much. You can do a 360 with the arm. The arm rotates a little bit. And man, the waist articulation. I wish they would have given him waist articulation. Now I can go and give him waist articulation on this figure, but I just don't know if it's worth it. You know, because I think McFarlane will be coming out with something. Single jointed legs. So you're not going to get much of anything here. Standing him up, he's essentially a statue, right? Like that. He looks good as a statue, but I like to be able to pose my figures. I don't do ACBA like some of you guys do, or toy photography. I don't. So I can get him to stand, and he's nice. Nice looking. It's a nice looking figure. And so the other thought was I can give him a paint job. I can give him, and I can make him look like a little bit more of a premium figure. I can envision what he would look like. But I just don't know if it's worth it, if I'm going to use him for parts or if I'm just going to repaint him. McFarlane, I know you're never going to see this, but please, he's going to do Cyborg. He's got to do a Cyborg. He's one of the main guys in the Justice League. Stigma, Mike Case featured my custom on his channel. That guy does. Oh, I like Mike Case. Matter of fact, when I was doing Collector Spotlight, I had contacted him to actually interview him on the channel, but I had really petered off. I didn't think that show. I know there's some people that really love that show, but it wasn't getting very many views, and I was losing. I actually just lost desire to do it, and since I just do this for fun, I decided to occasionally bring it back when there's something like, for example, if you guys haven't seen our end of the year special where we had 5 different dudes on the show and it was a collector spotlight where we went over our top 5 favorite figures. It went live. We had over 100 something people live, maybe 130, I think, or maybe even more than that. I can't remember, but it was a fun time. We had a really good time. Collector spotlights can be fun. But I kind of lost the passion. But anyways, the point is I talked to Mike and he was willing to do it. So it was on my end that, and he wasn't the only one that I had talked to. There were several other people I talked to. Pounds 978. He was willing to do it, and it just, we'll see what happens. You know, if you're like me, you're collecting ebbs and flows. What type of figures you're collecting. Some people may start with Marvel Legends and all of a sudden they're collecting Hot Toys, right? That's craziness. Mezco figures, and all of a sudden forget, you know, they move on to Marvel Legends. Transformers. I started collecting Transformers, and now I primarily collect the superhero genre, both DC and Marvel figures, particularly the ones that I can build into a custom. That somebody was coming up in here. So anyway, yeah, Mike Case, I'm very familiar. He's a funny guy. He does this deal on his program where him and his buddy drink. It's called Bots and Shots, and it can get pretty goofy. Obviously, it's an adult related theme. So if you're a kid, hey, lo siento mucho. But if you're an adult that likes a good laugh, that program's really funny. Yeah, Raymond, I don't know if I mean, I could definitely give it a waist articulation. I would then have to sculpt after I give it the waist articulation. And I just don't know if adding just a little bit, and it's not going to be like a full 360. It would just be a little bit. or I would have to resculpt the way that this sits, because my idea would be just to cut the figure in half, right? Cut the figure in half right there. I can make I can pretty much use any other figures here and stick the female part over here, the male part over here, and fuacata, I got at least a waist rotation. No way I could do on this figure anyway. And it's very dense. I couldn't give it the ab crunch. But it would be great to have this figure have an ab crunch. The problem is, and McFarlane's talked about it, why he hasn't done it with his figures, is it really breaks up the sculpt. Because when you articulate this figure, or when I should say when you give it articulation, I don't even know if articulate like that is a right word for it, you're going to lose the sculpt, and it won't look this nice. See what... George says that he's seen Shazam. No spoilers, guys. I haven't seen it, and I hear it's a good family flick. Is that true? It seemed like it would be because it's a kid, really. What's up, Nightwalker? I'm a huge fan of Pounds too. So George said, Plastic Addict says it's dope movie. Hold on a second. Let me relay. It's a dope movie, bruh. Definitely comic influence and a great family film. Beautiful. Just like the comics. It's silly and fun because of who Shazam is. It's a little dark in spots and plays well with Shazam's comedy. I'm excited to hear that. So would you say it's the best DC movie in the recent DC movies? I'm not talking about like the Dark Knight Returns, because obviously those movies were awesome. But from the newest ones, what would you say, George? Maybe you already said it. All right. I'm just catching up in the comments here. Stigma says, Brock, you and I were the only, unfortunately, I don't know, because I'm reading the comments late. I don't know the context of that. All right, you guys are chatting. Pounds does do awesome costumes. It's not the best DC, no way. Okay, so what would you say? Is it better than Justice League? Lord Draco says it's the third best DC film. So is it better than Justice League? As I'm drinking my... Is it just the Avengers? Or is it... No, it has all sorts of Marvel characters on here. Okay, let me see. It was way better than Justice League, Nightwalker says. By the way, don't forget, if you guys want to trade me for some Mantis parts, I got the one that came with Choni Man. Way better than Justice League. Okay, let me take a look at some of these other things. I actually had someone, Custom of Champions, custom_of_champions, David, as I know him. He sent me some Venom heads that he made. I hope you can see it. I haven't primered them yet for paint. Now, these would work best with the Select Venom. I got a total of 6 heads he sent me here. And in the future, well, I'll make an announcement in the future about these heads. But it's pretty cool. He put a magnet at the end. It's a movie Venom. It's kind of hard to see and how in the color. I think he may have just, I wonder if he did primer it a little bit. But here's another one. You can kind of get the, it looks pretty good. Here's another one. I think I like this one the best so far. Got a really good expression. I love faces that have a lot of expression. I don't really like, for example, this Toy Biz Punisher has a lot of expression in that sculpt. it did a really good job. Whereas that one's all right. Yeah, see, the eyebrows give this figure expression. Kind of hard. You see, but there's some figures that I don't have any right now that don't have expression. But I definitely prefer, it just gives them a little bit more character. And then he's got one that's transitioning. I don't know if he's selling these or not. And if you're interested, they're definitely, I don't know if they would go with a Monster Venom. They may fit, they may scale with a Monster Venom. But if you have a Marvel Select Venom and you want to have a transition, so he's got a face in there. Here's another one, kind of like exploded out, like his teeth are exploding out. And then this is the last one. Hold on a second. Let me see if I tone this light down, if that would help. Kind of lose the features in the light. But anyway, those are the Venom heads. Thank you very much, David. I appreciate you sending those to me. And he said you can even use them as a paperweight because they're pretty heavy. George, which one did you like best? Oh man, we got a Samuel Padilla. Bienvenido from Puerto Rico. I love seeing people from other countries up in here. Okay, so this one isn't. Good question, Curtis, aka Nightwalker, aka Norin Rad, aka Pimp Daddy. Just kidding. So this head right here, he can make it articulated. This one's not, though. He just casted the head, but it would just be a matter of I can make it articulate. I can make a cut. I can pretty much like drill a hole, put a little dowel through, and then that will be the articulation. So the one that he has, go check out his page, is articulated. Which one did you like best? The Screaming Head? This one right here? This is the one you like the most, George? The one we're talking about? I did already, Mr. Venom. It's custom _ champions, customs of champions. And check him out. Let him know if you show up to his page, let him know I sent you there. That way he knows I'm talking about. I don't know if I don't think he's in the chat, but I did tell him I wanted to show off the faces that he sent me. George, I'll hit you up about this head in a second after we're done here. All right, let me show you some other figures that I've gotten. So I want to make a custom Ant-Man, and I like this figure, but I don't like the body. I don't like the hips. And my idea with this guy is to use the Sunfire body because it's already red, and make him Ant-Man. And I got this little guy to go with it. And I also want to get, if you guys by any chance, hey, this is my platform. Maybe I can find myself some figures here. I'm looking for the Ant-Man that came with the blue Goliath figure from Toy Biz. Now, I can go buy it for 35 bucks. It's not super expensive, but that Goliath figure is trash. It's so bad. No articulation. There you go. Dead face. Hold on. Let me show you guys. In the event you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you Goliath, Toy Biz, blue. Let me show you this, what this thing looks like. It is un pedazo de gran. Oh, it's actually for 40 bucks. I can find it for 40 bucks on Amazon. Is this a good picture? No, it's not a good picture. That's a better picture. All right, let me share this with you guys so you can see. So you know I'm not kidding. All right, let's take a look. Let me blow this puppy up so you guys can see him. You see? It's a dead face. Dead face. I want this little Ant-Man. I want this little Ant-Man. It's a really nice looking figure. Let me see if I can find a better picture of the Ant-Man. Nope, that's not gonna. I may talk Ant-Man up and you may not want to sell him to me. There's actually one on eBay right now. I don't want to go and let me see if you can kind of blow this guy up a little bit. It's a cool looking Ant-Man. There's a seller on eBay right now that has him in the hand of Giant Man, the Toy Biz Giant Man, and it looks so good, man. I want that one bad, man. Yeah, I see you guys already know. Some of you guys are right. Rob says it's pretty sweet. I need that Ant-Man, man. Yeah, there you go. Dookie Balls, Plastic says. Nightwalker almost got the Spanish right. I'll just say he's a bad speller, not a bad Spanish speaker. Basura with an R. Oh, I don't know what that means. What? I'm not going to even say that word in Spanish because I know how to pronounce it, but I do not know what it means. And this is a PG show, peeps. I wish it was a little bit taller. I wish it was a bulky. Nice. All right, what other figures have I gotten here? Wayne, I'm getting close to doing, I'm finishing 2 customs right now. If you've been following me, you know it's going to be the Nightwing. I'm just doing the, I'm finishing up like paint details on the figures, Nightwing and the Old Man Bullseye. And I'm just doing their weapons right now. So I've already shown this. Let me move this over. You guys I picked up this Batman at Five Below. So I paid $5 for this and it's not worth $5. I thought that maybe I could use it for here. I suppose the head on Bats here is not bad, and it's not really, it's focusing on me. Maybe I should, there we go. So the head sculpt is nice. The musculature is nice, but you cannot stand this guy. Look at this. Look at the legs. I almost thought that they reversed it. Like this guy was supposed to be over here and vice versa. But the seam lines line up, so that can't be it. And then I go, oh, maybe I can use them for the boots. Unfortunately, no ankle pivot. No ankle pivot. I would have to, finagle with it to make it, give him ankle pivot. And maybe that's something I will do in the future. I could definitely steal his belt. I can use him for belt. And I could use him for this wrist guard. I can use his hands for sure. So there's some parts that are usable. The figure is pretty terrible. Pretty terrible figure. I guess if they would have given, like, this is the best that we can do here. That's the best we could do on that figure right there. Not even 245, or is that 90? I forget the angles, but it doesn't give me. I think that's 90 degrees. Oh my gosh, I'm having a mental. Is that 90? Is that a 90? Or is that 45? Or no, I think 45 is like this, so I think that's a 90. Doesn't even give me a 90 degrees. And the legs are terrible. Terrible. It's like Charlie. If you want to make a Charlie Chaplin figure, beep, 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 you can use this guy. So I picked him up at Five Below a little while ago. Okay, now what I'm about to tell you, you need to pay attention to me. You need to trust Brock here. All right? You need to trust me on this because you are going to want to do this. And you don't want to get in on this while it's too late. You want to get on it now before the figure that I show goes back up in price. I'm going to pause for dramatic effect. And the figure I want to show you is This guy right here. It's an incredible action figure. This is one of the best figures that has ever been made in this class of figure, Marvel Legend, Toy Biz Legend. You know what I'm saying? 6-inch figure. This is absolutely one of the best. I have one already. This is my second one. I'm thinking about going crazy, but, you know, I got to take a deep breath sometimes because the figure game sometimes has me lit up. You want to pick up this figure for several different reasons. But the most important reason that you are going to want, let me see if you guys know. Let me see if you guys know why you need to pick up this figure. Start putting it down. This is not the new one. This is the old Toy Biz one. Okay? Put down there. Why? What do you think I'm going to say? Why you need to pick this up? This figure used to be way up in price. Then Hasbro announced their Nightcrawler, and all of a sudden prices went down. Ahí está. Yes, exactly. Exactly. IE Hunter has it right. Rob 802 has it right. Esto aquí, chico, the bendy tail. You're going to be able to remove this tail. I'm going to get the new figure, and I am going to put the bendy wire on it. Nightwalker, another reason I haven't quite seen what they're doing with their foot articulation, but let's take a look at this foot articulation right here. I'm staring myself right here. It's got the little two toes. They're articulated. And not only are the toes articulated, but where the hammer toe would be, that area of the foot, I don't know that an anatomical part name, is articulated. So it's got 1, 2, 3 points of articulation, 4 points of articulation, and 5 points of articulation. I don't know what Hasbro is going to give us. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure the foot's not going to be that articulated. The only thing I would say, though, is that maybe the new Hasbro articulation, that the way they're doing the ankle pivot is probably preferable for this to this, but I don't know. I don't know if his hands are going to be this articulated. I don't know. I can't remember. Can you guys tell me? Yeah, so this guy has so many parts that are this figure was almost perfect in my opinion. The only things that this figure fails at is the ab crunch. Now, this is cool that they did this. And they were way ahead of the game because now that this is how Hasbro's doing the Beast, right? It's got ab articulation and it has the upper rotation swivel here. But this, I just can't get them to bend, right? Toy Biz failed at that. Pretty big fail because it would have taken this figure even. It would have been even higher on the list for all-time favorite figures. People don't like that head sculpt. I don't know why. I like that head sculpt. And I think that's probably the reason why. Well, look at that. If I was a little bit, I need to lose about 35 pounds. If I lost 35 pounds, you would see my chiseled jaw and you would see a little bit of a butt chin. People don't like this guy's butt chin. He's got a little cleft right there. And I've seen customizers. Most recently, I saw Ace Outlaw Customs. And there was another guy that I featured that his name's escaping me right now, but I'm buddies with Ace. So it's easy to remember his work. He shaved down this chin, repainted it, and it looks fantastic. Don't skip out on it. Let me see how much I paid for this figure. Let me tell you how much I paid. Stand by. Crawler. Okay, here we go. 20 bucks. I paid 20 bucks for this figure. This figure was going like for 50 bucks not too long ago. Ridiculous. And package even way more than that. It's craziness. 20 bucks for this figure. Was it Mercari? No, I was on eBay. I paid, actually, to be exact, $20.55. I've seen him sell for less. Don't wait on it. Now, the question is a bendy tail, if that's the only thing you're going to make an adjustment to, is it worth it? When I get the new Nightcrawler figure, I will do a how-to tutorial on how to take this tail out and put it into the new Nightcrawler figure. There you go. Daryl says $69 in package. I'm sorry, I'm missing stuff here. They should have kept the articulation in the new Beast 2. I think they did. Well, they did. I think the articulation, well, you're right, Curtis, because the arms and the legs of the Toy Biz Beast, I don't think Hasbro beat them. However, Hasbro did put toe articulation, which I hope it's a thing to come. And I think with our boy McFarlane, I hope McFarlane knocks it out of the park, because it's going to be competition for Marvel Legends. And you know what happens with competition? We benefit from it. They'll be pushing each other. All these designers on this side over here, they're going to be, look at our work, look at our work. The paint may be getting better. Who knows what's going to happen when McFarlane gets on the scene? If he lays an egg, there's not going to be a change. There's going to be no change. And I'm not saying that Hasbro's not doing a good job. I think Hasbro does a fantastic job. The sculpt, these 3D like sculptured shelf, May shelf, he has both. He is phenomenal artist. And Hasbro has all these people. They're putting out $20 figures. They don't have to, people that do customs. We use the parts and all that stuff. And I look at those figures, and you've heard me say it before, I want to it's a blank slate that I start from. And it's a great starting point. Some of the figures are already coming with better paint. But if McFarlane, it's an A+, hits a freaking boom, blast it out of the park, we're going to benefit. Those of us that collect Marvel Legends are going to benefit, because those figures are just going to keep on going up. Look what's happened with the Black Series figures. When they went to that 3D technology, I know that there's people that love the SH Figuarts line, but in my opinion, if you're a Black Series collector and you just like, you like Star Wars, you're a Star Wars collector, and your pocket's tight, because there's a lot of us in this community are younger that don't have well-paying jobs that have to practice Brockonomics. And I get paid well, but I have a family to feed too, and that comes first. So if you can buy a $20 figure that already looks premium, or you can buy a $20 figure, and then this is where I'm at, buy a $20 figure and make it look as good or better than some of these other premium figures, that's the way to go. But competition is going to drive those guys to do better work, or to put out better product, more finished product, if you know what I'm saying. So George asks, in your opinion, did Hasbro outdo Toy Biz in the Nightcrawler department? I'm going to reserve a good question. And George, I think that when some of these start dropping, I think we need to go and I'll invite you to it right now. I want you to be a guest on that show. I want to do a collector spotlight talking about that theme, because that's what I've been thinking about that. I don't know. It looks nice, but I like this toy. I like this face sculpt. I like the new one too. I like the possibilities, but this is as close to perfect figure as you can get. For me, it's just that ab articulation right there. If you go look at Glenn Webb's review of this figure, and if you guys don't know who Glenn Webb is, he's since passed away. He was a very popular YouTuber in our nerd circles. He kind of paved the way. Toy reviews, toy hunting. That dude was doing it pretty early on. Toy customizing. Go check out his review of Nightcrawler. Matter of fact, I think I covered it when I did. I may have put part of his video. I did put part of his video in my Toy Fair video. So if you want to go take a look at all those figures that Marvel Legends were dropping, go check out that video. I don't know if they outdid them. They probably did better and on the waist. There's no doubt in my mind that they did better on the waist. I don't know if I like that sculpt better. I don't know. I really want to have them in person and be able to like do a side-by-side comparison. And I really want to have a chat. And I want to get people on both sides of the aisle that's super passionate. Like, no, Toy Biz is still king. And then I want the other person, Hasbro. And you pretty much, Toy Biz Nightcrawler is the best Nightcrawler 6-inch figure. Prove me wrong type of thing, you know? And then vice versa on the Hasbro side. So this is so posable, man. You have this guy perched. You can have him. Look how easy I got him to. I didn't even try. I went from sitting on something on a tree, on a lamppost, to floating in the air. It'd be great. You know what would be great if Hasbro included in that package? Banff effects. Banff effects. Yeah, see, George likes the head sculpt too. Nightwalker says he can blow his nose and wipe his butt chin at the same time. Daryl Taylor says, oh, you already read that one. Craig says Bruce Campbell as Nightcrawler. I'm embarrassed to tell you I don't know who Bruce Campbell is. You guys are just reacting to the price. Yeah, 3.5 figures. I did 3.75-inch figures. Yeah, I never got into that. I think they're great for stuff like this. And those 12-inch Marvel Legends, they're good for the same thing. George says, I'm definitely down for the... Okay, awesome. I'll count you in. I think I'm going to definitely bring out some of the Marvel Legend folks for that conversation. Past versus present. Yeah, that's a good title. I like it. Pounds 978. Were your ears burning? Because we were talking about you just a little bit ago. All good things, by the way. No haters up in here. Wayne Stanley says, new Nightcrawler does not have any hand or foot articulation, but does have an extra pair of hands. Okay, that's cool. I'm just telling you guys, buy that Nightcrawler now. Find it for 20 and under. Do not pay more than I paid, but do it now before it's too late. Because I think when that figure starts coming out, then all of a sudden people are going to go, oh, bendy tail. Now, I've had a Nightcrawler figure before I bought this for a really long time. You know how many times I've played with the tail? Never. But again, if I had a space where I can display my Marvel Legends, which at the present I don't, because this used to be the room I had all my stuff in, but this is the family room. It was pretty ridiculous to have all my stuff. And you guys, if you've been with me for a long time, you understand that I moved all my stuff. It's packaged up. I just have a couple Detolfs right now, some stuff on this bookshelf over here. And but if I had my own display, kind of like, oh my gosh, Mike Garcia, like what he does, freaking awesome display, dude. I love his display, and he's got a lot of NCU. Like Joey, have you seen Joey's display? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, look at it. He can do some gang signs. What? ¿Qué pasó, vato? Vato loco. That's another thing. That was not his, I guess that was his middle finger. He only has 3. My wife is outside. She didn't see that, and she won't be watching this, so I'm okay, guys. I'm safe. Very childish, very, very puerile behavior on my part. Toy Biz was ahead of their time with that Nightcrawler. I think that's one of their better figures, like I mentioned. Let me read the rest of the comments because, let me see. Bruce Campbell was in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film. Okay. He was going to be the Mysterio if they kept going. Got it. Pounds laughed at my, I got you, player. Got your back. What's up? All right, moving on to figures. Here's another figure that I recently got that I think it's actually a pretty nice looking figure. I'm going to make sure I'll put it in the game here. This is a Toy Biz Falcon. Now, they have 2 different versions of this Falcon. But like I mentioned, I'm reading I'm reading Ed Brubaker's run on I almost said Captain Marvel, Captain America. Great comic run. Falcon is in that, and Falcon's a badass. And I really like this figure, but I was thinking custom upgrading it using the Sunfire body, because the Sunfire body is already at least red down here. I guess I would have to deal with the armpit. No, I guess that would work if I didn't make this. I could make that whole red instead of making him brown skin red there. But this is not the exact costume that I want to do. I do want to do the Ed Brubaker, the one that I forget the artist's name, but it's very close to this, and I definitely want to use parts, a lot of the parts, except I'm not going to be using that noggin. This is like Pee-wee head. Can you imagine if it went on this body? Look. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. That's where they failed on this. That head is even too small for this body. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, you got a humongous head, dude. I know. It's a little disproportionate. I should probably be like, I'm only 6 foot tall. I should probably be like 6'5" for the size of noggin that I have. But look at this. Come on, man. That head has to be bigger. Now, this head has some expression to it. I recently saw someone use, oh gosh, I covered it in my This Week in Customs, but I can't remember what the head was. It looks good, but it doesn't have any expression in the face, so I don't want to use that head. You guys know? Are you guys reacting to my puerile behavior? I apologize if I offended any of you. I love the Lord of the Rings figures. E Hunter said, "Oh, I Hunter. If you want to be, you collect Marvel Legends, you're in, bro. Okay? Why don't we start planning that? So, George and IE, you're in. And I only want a panel of 5 because I think 5 is a good. We can have some good interaction in a panel of 5. But player, I'll tell you this, it'll be PG. Because I know what IE Hunter likes to take off his shirt, and no, can't have that. Okay, can't have the movies on the show. You know what I'm saying? The ladies going, the 2 ladies that watch my show, 2% of my viewers are female or something like that. The 2% of my viewers that watch the show, I don't want them, going nuts. So it will be PG. It'll be in writing too. Let me see, where else is he going? Brandon Lee, Variant Customs. One of my favorite customizers who's been out of the game for a while, and I know he's getting back at least a little bit into it. I did feature him recently in the This Week in Customs episode. He's working on a couple of things for Two Dog Reviews. How's that coming along, by the way? Have you finished it? Marvel Legends may come back and do. I mean, these wings are fantastic, man. They're really good. Now, I was talking about seeing something and then wanting. I recently saw. Oh, se me cayó. Wait. The Toy Biz stands are pretty trash. I don't need those wings breaking. But anyway, I was going to say, I recently saw a guy, and I'm going to. What's his name? He recently showed off his Marvel collections. He had a very nice wool lit something Manny. You guys will know who he is. Something Manny. But he had a Falcon there, and I was asking people, hey, where did he get the red wings on the Falcon on Sam Wilson Captain America? And you can get those wings on, siempre se me olvida la cosa. Shapeways. You can get them on Shapeways. They're like $25. I don't have that body yet, but I want to do it. But man, these wings are great. These are great. And I had lost my train of thought where I was going because I couldn't remember Shapeways. So Brandon says, oh my gosh, hold on. Before I get to Brandon's comment, IE says 1% Brock, my tia watches you. My tia watches me too. So Brandon's painting, aka Variant Customs. He's waiting for paint on the Sentinel head, and he still has to add a few details on that lockjaw. I did show his progression from when he started. He did he like painted black just to see where the rub, the joint rub would be, and after that he started painting like a variegated browns. It was looking pretty nice. Yeah, but Manny, what? Manny X97? Yeah, that's it. That sounds right. It was a really impressive looking collection. I would like to have a room like that. And like typically those small figures, you know, and I don't want, this is not offensive to some of you that like to pose the vanilla, you know, like just pack your figures like Transformer guys. That's how they do it. They just like squeeze all their Transformers in. They're like this the whole time. And there's like $200 Transformers and they're just doing this, but they can do all sorts of poses and, you know, craziness, but they just pack them. They smash them in like a bunch of sardines. And sometimes Marvel Legends collectors are like that too. But this guy had, his displays looked actually pretty nice. I like Mike's, oh my gosh. What's his channel's name? Mike Garcia. Am I even getting his last name right? I know who he is. Hold on a second. Coño, se movió. This is what happens when you're in your 40s, fellas. Be ready. I have him right here. I follow him on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm subscribed to his stuff. He's got a cute little daughter. Can't make comments on his YouTube channel. What the heck is his channel's name? Thank you, Mike the Hunter. Son of a gun. Mike the Hunter. Wait, hello, fellow collector, fellow love, blah, 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 blah. Coño, I know who that guy is, but se movió. Anyway, I really love his display. Matter of fact, I want to eventually, if I ever get a display, I want to get one of those plasma balls that he has in there. It just looks awesome. Except that I want to get a giant plasma ball when I do my Magneto custom, and I want to have that Magneto like looking effect. I don't know. That's why I envision it. But I mean, if I could show you what the rest of this looks like right now, it looks like actually a normal family lives here and not some big, huge nerd, single nerd. But I eventually want to have my own man cave and have all those things displayed. Okay, back to this. Kicktoy, what's up? 2%, that's it. Well, my family also, you know, I live with a bunch of females, so they occasionally watch my stuff. They used to watch my toy hunts. And by the way, if you guys just joined late, I did a toy hunt today with my number 2. She's my my YouTube social media guru. She's the one that actually started pushing me that she thought I should do YouTube, and then everybody else got involved. But she's literally, she taught me how to use Instagram, like features of Instagram. And when I first started posting stuff on Instagram, I don't know how I got 900. About 6 months ago, I had 900, and then she started telling me, do this, do that. And all of a sudden, I'm almost at 5,000 on my Instagram. It's soon to take over my YouTube. But I was on a toy hunt with her looking for the Marvel Legends. By the way, I still got man, I'm talking way too much. I got to show you some stuff. I got more stuff to show you. But I was out with her and didn't find, basically goose-egged. So some of the stuff I filmed is not good enough to do for Toy Hunt video. But anyways, that's how it started. I have no idea where I was going with that, so I'm just going to move on to showing you some more toys. This is another, this one came with the Falcon. This is Captain America. I can definitely use his body for customs. We don't need to show you some more of this. Okay, I love this figure, man. This next figure is awesome. It's a Toy Biz figure. Definitely need an update. I don't know. And maybe like what I was saying with McFarlane coming into the picture, that he will do stuff like this on his toys. There will be very, the sculpt work. That's what he's known for. And I think we're going to get figures with wings, and not just angel wings, but you'll have you know, like dragon wings or whatever. And we're going to get them. But I want to do an update. This guy needs an updated figure. I don't know if Marvel Legends is ever going to do the articulation like they did here. These are some substantial wings, man. Cool figure. Don't really care much for that head sculpt. This is what I'm talking about. Like it's super vanilla. There's no, like the eyes are dead because there's no, you know, I could look at you like this, or I can look at you like, you know what I mean? It just makes it more interesting to look at, and it gives the figure some personality, and that's what I like in my figures. But this is a really cool figure. Again, I think a good body for him, I guess a Bucky cap, it would work well. You can do like the Archangel. But I really love the new 2099 mold. The Sunfire, I would probably use a Sunfire for him. I'm not sure if I would do the red or the blue. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know when that's a custom that I've planned to do. Now let's get into some of the, I went with my wife hunting for figures on our date yesterday. After a date, we went to have some breakfast, and then we went to a few Ross stores and a Target, and found some stuff at Ross. Let me run through the comments real quick. Don't worry about that kick toy. Just talking figs. I'm sure I've missed some stuff here. I apologize if you asked me a question and I missed it. Not my intention. Novocaine, what's up? So you see, you feel it. 47. Hey, age is relative, my friend. The Lord Draco says my grandfather was, oh, he was checking out. Okay, this is actually pretty funny. So Lord Draco, his grandfather stopped by and asked him what he was watching. And he says, oh, he's watching me, that I modify toys, that I do custom toys. And his grandfather, he's too old. He's too old for toys. He's probably right. Knight of Ren says he got Black Series General Grievous. You know, I always confuse Knight of Ren with Night Walker for some reason. For the longest time, I know Knight of Ren is not Curtis, but for the longest time, I thought it was Curtis. Let me see. What's up, Symbiote Seeker? TDG, I told him to get a hold of you, Symbiote Seeker. What happened to my knife? There it is. So I went to Ross, picked up this figure. Actually, I picked up a few. I don't really care for the body, but I figured I can get them for some parts and the hand. So check your local Rosses because they are dropping some Marvel Legends. What time is it, by the way? I'm gonna have to be cutting this out pretty soon because my eldest daughter is singing at our church, and we'll be taking off. All right, so Ex Nihilo, he was in a recent run, actually a couple of years ago now. I'm trying to think, remember what the series was. It was like one of those end of the earth type of comic run. If somebody's gonna know. But this figure is good if you need some bare feet. He's got some bare feet, so if you'll need some bigger bare feet for a custom, there you have it. These hands are pretty good, very expressive hands. I'm sure that head can be used for something. It looks pretty goofy though. Super goofy. And of course, this is the Hyperion body mold where his neck is, this is like a Rob Liefeld design. Sorry, Rob, if you see this. I love your cable, bro. I love your X-Force, X-Factor, whatever you were drawing back in the 90s. Definitely set the table for some really cool characters like Deadpool. But his neck is way too, this design was terrible. This neck needs to be moved up. Ace Outlaw Customs actually has done this on a custom of his. And maybe once that's done, the body won't look so bad, and then it can be used. But I ended up picking this guy up. Actually, I ended up picking 3 of those up, and I left a couple behind. I went to a couple Rosses. It comes with this mantis piece, and like I told you guys earlier, I'd like to complete her because I do have, I think, the torso. I think I may need the head. I can't remember if I have the head actually or not. So that's what I have, 2 of those in there. And I think this was a good find. I think this was a really good find at a Ross. You can see that for $5. I picked up the Speed Demon, and that's on the Spider-Man, the thinner Spider-Man Build-A-Figure. But even better than that, I actually had no clue about this character when he first came out in this set. I had no clue who he was. But since then, oh shoot, I just lost his hand. So he comes with these hands. These are the hands that are being repeated. You know, Captain America has this this hand. Namor, I think it's pretty much the same hand that they used on Namor. Yep, exactly the. Well, wait a second. It actually looks a little bit different now that I'm looking at it. They're actually different hands, so I take that back. So it may not be the Captain America hands either. So either this is a new one or these are the Captain America hands. These hands can be used for, I've been wanting to customize the Flash, but he comes with a torso of Absorbing Man. The only bad thing about that is that it has the ball jointed hips, and I really don't like those. And I also don't like the way they did the neck here. I would have to, if I used this, I would have to modify the neck. But come on, man. I think this may be the coolest little thing. Silvermane, right? Isn't that Silvermane? Am I right? So look, Lord Draco used it in his Flash custom, but that, do the wheels move? Oh man, that would have been awesome if it actually, the wheels move, but they don't. And now I have this character that I didn't have before. I mean, it's the costume's okay. I like his face. I like the expression on his face. It's like he looks like a goofball, like he is. You know, he's like a B or C rated villain. Maybe he might be like C rated villain. He's in the cartoons too, isn't he? Those of you that watch the Avenger cartoons, I think he's a bad guy in the Avengers cartoon. Black Knight's up in here. What's up, dude? Spittle. Hickman runs on the Avengers. Yeah, that's right. Hold on, let me go back up. I've missed a ton of stuff here. Holy cow, guys. I so apologize. How far up do I need to go? See people making fun of ages. Yeah. Black Series General Grievous is a good figure. I don't know. I'm not going to get it. I did see a review on it. To be honest, I wasn't that impressed by it. I think it's cool what it can do. It can like separate and it's all one thing. I have the model kit version, and the model kit is super outstanding. I screwed up the model kit. When I cut the, I thought I was cutting the sprue, but I actually cut the ankle, so I had to modify my General Grievous. But that figure is so detailed, so amazing. I bought a cape for him and from GP Slot. I weathered him up, and now he's in a box because I can't display my figures. More years. I'm just scanning the comments to see if there's anything I need to respond to. You guys talking about music? Do you After Effects? I'm not sure if you're still in the chat. Welcome to the live stream. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. Do you do any 12-inch or you strictly do 6-inch figures? So I am definitely a 1/12 scale dude. However, I plan on using a 12-inch Thor for a custom. And then I'm trying to find the NECA Daredevil at a good price. And I am going to use that for a Giant Man custom. And that's going to be quite the project. What I have envisioned, if I'm able to pull it off, it's going to be probably one of the you know, I don't want to jinx myself, but I think it's going to be one of the most outstanding customs that I'll ever do. If I can pull off what I have envisioned in my head, I essentially want to make them look like the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure. But can you imagine that? A NECA 1/4 scale Giant Man with my 6-inch figures. Oh man, now I need to move. I want to get the heck out of California and move to a state where our money lasts a little bit longer and have a bigger house, and maybe I can have that. I'm still reading, guys. Honey, what's my time? 10 minutes? I got 10 minutes, and then I got to get going, guys. Noah Kane, my first time here too. Just watched your Thanos custom, so this popped up. Yeah, that Thanos custom was the first time that I was actually happy with my airbrush paint job. I put my Silvermane head on Cyborg body for an old school look. Wayne Stanley said that. What's up, Ace? You're up in here. Used to have that Silvermane head, but used it as a repainted Kree. So I used a cast of that head to do his. You guys should check out his Silvermane. It's actually pretty impressive. Okay, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. To Nashville, huh? Tennessee? They're telling us to go to Nashville, honey. Let me see what else I picked up. Okay, so I picked this guy up. It's a Toy Biz Transformer. Now, I do not collect these Transformers at all. If you guys want this Transformer, if you want that, I can hook you up with it, okay? But I was thinking of doing a Bone Crusher, and I still haven't found the base, but the chest here, it looks pretty robotic, obviously. It's a Transformer. I was going to use it as the thing that extends from the base to the actual body of Bone Crusher. So that's why I picked that up. And then Ross has these really cool looking figures from video games. I'm not familiar with the character, but it looked cool, and I felt like I could definitely use the weapons. But let's get this guy open. She said 10 minutes, right? So I got like 8 minutes left. Who gave me a thumbs down? Hey, somebody gave me a thumbs down. I know who it is. They were notified of this live stream as well. Oh my gosh. But if you guys are in here and you watch any of my stuff, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, not a thumbs down. A thumbs up, I'd appreciate it if you like the content. I understand. Somebody was telling me that if the more thumbs up you get, the higher visibility your video gets on YouTube. So I would definitely appreciate that for the This Week in Customs. If you haven't seen the latest episode of This Week in Customs, really good, talented folk doing custom figures, go give that a look. And if you don't mind giving a thumbs up to that video to see if it's true that getting thumbs up will help circulate the video into some other people's feeds that enjoy the same things that we do. I hate twisty ties, man. The worst. This is not the best way to do it. The best way to do it is cutting it, but I don't have a tool to do it. Oh, wait a second. Wow, the scope on this gun, I think, is articulated. Either that or I just snapped it off. Take a look at that in a second. Got a cool looking sword. Another reason I picked this up. I'll show you all this in a second. And I think I should end with this. Yeah, I'll end with this because the other stuff I can show you. I think I've already shown some of the stuff. I have a a Professor X that I got quite a while ago, and I just didn't open it. All right, let's take a look at this figure, but let me see if I can put the look like that. Where'd this go? Okay, so I gotta squeeze it in there. How many of you have played Borderlands? I'm having trouble seeing, and my old man eyes aren't helping. You need to go right. Well, this is supposed to peg in, but let me show you. I don't know what the heck this thing is. His name is Zero from the Borderlands game, and that's actually the effect that he's supposed to have. Zero, get it? And let me just take a look at this action figure. It's not, again, not super articulated. I wonder if it's like the clown cop that I got a little while ago. I forget. No, I thought that was called something else. But it's a really interesting looking figure. Am I right? Very slender. We don't really get those in the Marvel Legends. We really don't have something like that. The only thing I've seen Hasbro do that may be this thin is what's the bad guy from one of the recent Star Wars flicks? I'm forgetting his name. But his character, I actually been looking for a thin body. And I'm going, I may use that for a Scarecrow, a DC Scarecrow. What's his name? The guy that sits on, not Thrawn. Oh, it was almost at the tip of my tongue. I can't remember what his name is. Have you guys said that over here? Snoke! Thank you. Thank you, Novocaine. It was taped up plastic. I can't. When saying on 1/6 scale heads are all over eBay, you could use a Flash or Batman. A Flash or Batman for Wayne, what are you referring to? I missed your comment before. So here's the sword. It's just a cool looking piece. It looks like it pegs into his hand. And then I really like this gun. I mean, I don't really care for the color of the gun, but of course that could be painted up and it'll look cool. But I really like the look of the character. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. There's 34 of you left up in here. And I guess I'll see you in my next program. Please remember to go watch This Week in Customs. I really want that show to take off. Not just for me, obviously, it benefits me and my channel when something does well. But I really like the expose of all these talented artists. And many of them have contacted me and are loving the series. They're appreciating the love that you all are showing them. A lot of them are that you're not aware of. You're giving follows on Instagram. And obviously, that's the program that's focused on Instagram. So they appreciate it too. Get the word out. Share that video with your nerd buddies that you think are into custom figures. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, that video a thumbs up, and come 4 thumbs down. I see you working, player. I know who you are. And I'll see you soon. Don't worry, that's not a threat. It's not. But I just won't be smiling at you like this. All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace. Ending the stream.